Hi guys, let's continue. Well, I hope you guys are doing great. Yeah, it's been a while. Yes, it is true. It's been a while, and then most of you know that I don't come here just like that. I come purposely for a reason. Anytime you see me here, it means that we have a gist to talk about. I know this gist people have talked about it. You have attended seminars. You have attended. I mean, anything that you want to attend for you to understand it, you have attended it. Anything you want to watch for you to understand it, you have watched it. But hey, let's see it. It's actually not fair, right? It's not fair because it is Togo that we are talking about here. And as someone who have actually visited this country, and then you see the citizen and you are talking with them. I mean, you are talking with them, you're having a conversation with them, and the moment something about their government comes up, they tend to shy away from the question, or they tend to not talk about it. That was before. And bless up Togo, that I thought that these people were so afraid they can't confront. Right now they are doing so great. I mean, they are standing up for themselves. They're actually doing a marvelous job. Yes, a marvelous job. If almost all the African countries who have been oppressed can actually stand up for their rights, I mean, can actually stand up and see their mind, it's something that is so amazing. Well, that is Togo for you, and you guys know that Togo is actually a small country, but if this small country hasn't developed for over 50 years, I mean, what are 50 years? Or what again? It's actually not cool, it is not nice, because as a small country, you have not even developed. Yeah. Hi, please, how are you doing? You have not even developed to some extent. Hi. It's so frustrating, it's so not nice. And now the people want their freedom, right? Hello, how are you doing? I hope you're doing great. Now people want their freedom, and I think that's the best thing that they are doing. What do you guys think? Let me know. Now we know that the former president and then the current president, they have something in common. And what is that thing they have in common? They are what? Father and son. Hi, Anthony, please, how are you doing? They are father and son. So tell me, how come this political, this one, presidency has become transfer of power from one generation to another? Hello, Chloe, how are you doing? It's so not fair. Like, it doesn't really make sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, because just imagine, we claim we are doing some democracy. Yes, we are into the democracy era where you can go out, vote for the president you want. I mean, vote for the person you want. And at the end of the day, you are actually not, you are voting, but your voting doesn't mean anything. Like, your voting is just, how do I even say it? It is just formality. Yeah, you're just voting for formality's sake. Your vote is not counted. It's not being counted. So I'm talking about Togo. What is happening in Togo? The reason I'm talking about what is happening in Togo is because we are surrounded by Togo. We are surrounded by Burkina Faso. We are surrounded by Cote d'Ivoire, and anything that's happening around this country, if it gets worse, we are in the middle. Yeah, we are in the middle. Togo is rising, Burkina Faso is rising, and Cote d'Ivoire, small, they are also rising. So if you don't tighten our belts, like, you don't know what is going on around us, It is so now nice. And another thing, the reason I'm still talking about it is because I'm an African, and then whatever consents a brother, an African brother, consents me as well. Yeah, so whatever is going on in Togo, the fact that I'm not a Togolese or I don't stay in Togo doesn't mean that I should be bothered. Yeah, I should be bothered because who knows? I have family members there, I have some people there, so by all means I should be bothered. So that is why. Thanks for letting us know. Here in America, we don't hear about these problems. You see, that is the problem right now in Togo. News are not circulating. Yeah, news are not circulating. I don't know the reason why. So I was just then I called few friends just to check up on them, because I make sure that I always want to check up on friends who are in another country and that country is in a situation, I mean in a rest situation. And they told me that yes, whatever is going on, whatever people are saying in the media that they are protesting, yeah, it is true. It is very true. Just that it hasn't reached the whole country. It's at the city that they are doing it. And I said, oh, okay. At least I've had that information, and that is very enough for me to know that yes, the Togolese have now turned up. Yeah, they are now ready to actually fight. Could you imagine that when I went to Togo and I was having conversation with a couple of friends, I mean, we were talking and the conversation about the politics came up, about their government came up, and these people always shy away from that question. Like they are so scared to actually admit that this is what is going on in their country. The moment they want to talk about what is going on in their country, they actually have to look left and right before they open their mouth to say something. In fact, they will even tell you that, oh, let's go somewhere and talk about it, but not in public. It's so afraid. I don't know. I'm sorry we are dealing with this stuff, honestly. Yes. Well, that is the situation at hand. And tell me why they have made this position of presidency like a monarchy, something that it is inheritance. Since when do political affairs in Africa is inheritance from father to son? No. Sometimes it's so funny. Why would this political issue or this presidency be from father to son? Who elected you? Brief history about what is going on. We all know that Togo was governed by a man called I don't want to his name, sometimes his name I don't like mentioning it. Yeah, that man. And he ruled the country for how many years? For 38 years, right? Yes. And after ruling for 38 years, just imagine why he died. He died because he had an heart attack. And upon all his tenure in office, he couldn't even find a good hospital in his country to actually treat him, like a good hospital. You have been a president for how many years? 38 years, and you can't even build one hospital. At least build it for yourself and tell yourself that anytime I'm sick, I'll not fly abroad for any medical checkup. I'll go to this hospital to let them check me up. But nothing. So this man, they were actually flying him abroad to seek medical attention, and suddenly he got a heart attack, and that's how he died. So imagine, you have failed yourself, you failed the country, and then you failed yourself. And I was thinking that was all, thinking the son will learn from his father, but Charlie, in fact, no. At this point, the son too is trying to do the worst. I mean, nowadays Togolese don't have to go out and then vote. The parliament has to make decision on their behalf. I mean, we talk about democracy, so how come as a citizen, I can't have the right to go and vote, meaning some people somewhere call themselves parliamentarians would sit and then they will make decision for we, the citizen. It's so not fair. It's so not fair, and all that these people are demanding for is freedom and justice. I mean, why should we be changing the constitution to suit us because we are in power? I don't know. Anytime there's a new government and they want to misbehave, this is what they do. They try to change the constitution to suit them as soon as possible. The moment the constitution doesn't favor them, no, they will change it right away to suit them, and that is so not fair. I'm sorry, you are delayed. And control of family, this is what native mean by white man mind. It is not about color of skin but greed of the people. Very true. Wa alaikum salam. So how are you doing? So what do you guys think? Do you think Africa the democracy they came to preach to us that we should do, it is what we are doing? I'm not sure. At this point, when President Ibrahim Traore said democracy cannot work for Africa, I think I should tend to believe him now. Now I see the angle in which he is coming from, and I really understood his message saying that democracy do not work on Africans. It is very true. At this point, there's nothing you can tell me that democracy work on Africa, and I will believe. If democracy should work on Africa, why do the people of Togo do not have the right to vote now, but Parliament has to vote on their behalf? What sense does it make? What sense does it make? It is so not fair, because I don't know why some African leaders are so greedy to the extent that they feel like they can just torment the people, and then because they are in power they can do whatever they do. It's so not fair. From Suriname, Zoid, American Salam. Oh, okay, so that's beautiful. It's definitely could work. The corruption has to be stopped. That's everywhere though. Yeah, that is everywhere. But know that when you go to China, no corruption. There are corruption, but then it is so not seen as it is in Africa. In Africa, it's like water. How like it's like it's a normal thing. When a leader is being corrupt and then that leader leave his tenure of office, it's not being arrested. It's not being arrested by the next government coming, just because that government, when it come, it will also do the same thing. So arresting the one who is leaving doesn't really make sense. So these political people, most of them are playing with the mind of the citizen, because they know that if this party doesn't win, the other party will win. So at this point, they come, they do their worst, and then they go scot-free without accountability, or without actually we taking them into what's the name, into force. Like I don't know, but I'm just so happy that at this point most African youth are waking up, like their eyes are widely open and they can see clearly. I mean, it was at first that they said as a young person in Africa, you don't have the right to talk, you don't have the right to participate in the government, you don't have the right to participate in politics. But in this 21st century, lot of youth are turning themselves up, are showing up to actually take their roles in this political yeah. It's just amazing. Why don't people stand up and fight against it? Bro, no matter how people fight, let's take the issue of Kenya. Do you know what is going on in Kenya? Kenya, they are one of the best country. I mean, it's one of the best country with beautiful people and amazing citizens who really want the good for their country, and they will go every miles to actually get that. And I really respect them and I love that about them. uh, Earlier this year they've actually protested about 2 times, and currently they are still protesting because they want good governance. So to say they are not protesting, to say they are not standing up, no, they are actually standing up, they are owing up, they are standing up. But if the government and then the people who are into the governance are not ready to hear them, and they are killing them unjustly, they are killing them because they are standing for their right, the only thing they can do is to just stop. At some point they feel like if they kill them or they beat them, they molest them, they will stop. Yes, mostly that is what our people think. I mean, our leaders, that's what they think. So that is why some youth or some Africans who want to protest or who want to stand will not stand. I'm not talking about that fighting, British versus USA fighting. I see it runs deeper, very deep, very deep, very deep. Most, I don't want, allegedly they say most African leaders are puppets, and well, it is true. It is true, because tell me why citizens are standing up to say they are tired of being jobless, they are tired of like crime, insecurity, and the worst thing you can do is to just fire gas at them, to shoot them just because they are asking for what is right for them. It's so unfair. It's so unfair. The only thing we can do is to keep advocating, or to keep saying it. God willing, one day they will hear us and they will change. By the way, kudos to all Togolese who are doing amazing. I mean, you guys are doing amazing for standing up for yourself. I never knew. If someone told me that Togolese will actually stand for themselves, I would deny him, because after I've had some encounter with them, and even them sharing how they are feeling in the country, they don't want to. Sometimes they just keep quiet, and then they feel like it's just life, let's just leave it, it's not that deep. But this time around, I'm just happy that they are standing up for themselves, they are standing up against injustice going on in their country, and that is so amazing. That is so beautiful and so amazing. And at this point, everybody should believe President Ibrahim Traore when he says that in Africa, democracy is just nothing. Democracy cannot develop our country. I've told you guys again, and I'm saying it again, at this point, I believed it. Because tell me why with democracy, someone who's supposed to spend 10 years in office as a president is now spending 25 years in office. Someone who is supposed to spend 5 years or 8 years in office has now spent over 38 years in office. And you call this what? Democracy? Wow, amazing. We have term. We like to abuse some term, right? That honestly suck. I'm sorry, they are all dealing with this. I have to head out. Take it easy. Sure. Have a lovely evening. By the way, if it's evening at your end, well, it is 10:41 here, and it's just amazing talking to you guys. By the way, if you just want to contribute to what is going on in Togo, I think that one is actually nice, very beautiful. And that is just the small discussion I just want to have with you guys tonight. And I hope you enjoyed the discussion. By the way, I'm finished sleeping. I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, I'm finished sleeping. So let me just end the live. Thank you very much for coming, and I will see you again next time. I can't promise when again. I know you guys will beat me because I've always been saying I'll come on live, but I don't come. I'm so sorry. Yeah, this is my end apology. I'm so sorry, but I'll continue to beg you guys next time. Have a lovely evening. Bye bye.